Stephen Berkoff. It is 5 minutes, and I am going to put the battery in and count us down. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Why does theatre matter so much to you?
Well, theatre matters very much to me. It matters to most people because it's the last actual live form of human communication between people, whereby you can express the most fundamental thoughts, ideas, emotions that exist in society and do it instantaneously, and it has a direct contact with people.
Are you, first and foremost, a playwright, a director, or an actor?
Well, first and foremost, I'm an actor because that's something I can do immediately, something I can also dip into other writers. And so I don't want to be isolated as a playwright because then I can't flirt and express myself in Shakespeare or in Sheridan or in Oscar Wilde or in Beckett or in Brecht. But basically, I'm an actor. Secondly, I'm a playwright. Thirdly, I'm a director. But that's because I feel they're all part of the same tree. And I feel that all actors should at one time or other be directors and also be writers. Shakespeare was an actor and he was a writer. And I think that actually makes for a much richer compost if people are expressing the three elements together.
What's it like when you direct yourself?
Directing yourself is very interesting because you're not really directing yourself. The audience becomes the director. So it's sometimes very helpful to have a director in front of you, guiding you, pointing out where you might be excessive, where you might be over-gesticulating, where you might be repetitious. But when you get in front of the audience, their response, their attitudes, their laughter, their silence will tell you and will teach you. But also when I'm in a play, the other actors often will help. They will guide you, they will tell you, they will react because I have a very good relationship with other actors I work with, and so they become my director.
You talk about the relationship with other actors. Theatre can often be a very communal experience. So why the one-man shows that you sometimes do?
Well, one man is like a love affair with an audience. You know, it's a very private thing. I love working with other actors. The one man came out of an idea I had that in order to do a play, in order to perform, I didn't want to wait until I had gathered a whole group of actors together with the attendant costs and with all the kind of logistics of forming a company and casting and going to agents and dealing with the temperaments of 8 or 9 or 10 actors. I thought I want to act, and like a pianist can go on with an orchestra, it can go on by themselves. It's not quite so common with actors, but I think there is a very, very unique communication you have with the one-man show. Also, you can delve into things, you can express yourself, you can really explore areas you've never thought of even exploring before because you have no other actors to deal with, communicate with, so it gives you even greater scope.
How would you describe your style as a playwright?
My style as a playwright, I'm just possibly poetic, expressionistic, also to a certain extent I would say could be, I wouldn't like to say the word dynamic, I like to deal with the dynamics of society, but it's certainly not naturalistic and it's certainly much more on a heightened level of communication.
And explain to me your use in your career of total theatre.
Well, total theatre is really the use of the imagination because so much theatre, unfortunately, has returned a little bit to the Victorian drama where you had huge sets on stages and waterfalls and you know, flying people and trapezes and all bits of machinery. Total theatre is the ability of the actor to express in the most fundamental way the genius of the body, the incredible calisthenics of the body, the ideas. So you can take a group of actors and they can express the story without the need of the set. For example, in Coriolanus, one of the main things in Shakespeare's Coriolanus is getting through the doors. So every single theatre I've ever seen, they had these gigantic doors. But we didn't need that. We just used the actor who mind pushing, and we had 10 hands, 20 hands. It was one of the most exciting things in the theatre.
You've played in big movies like, for example, Octopussy, the James Bond film, you've played a lot of villains, I think it's fair to say. Is it harder to play a villain than it is to play a goodie? Quick, 5 seconds.
Yes, for a villain you need to be a very, very good actor. Therefore, always the best actors that play villains. Ian McKellen, Laurence Olivier, the best.
And that is 5 minutes. Thank you very much.
Okay.